So to begin with, becoming aware of where we are, aware of the room that we're in, perhaps opening our eyes initially, being aware of the colours and the shapes. Just being curious about being in this space that we're in a very relaxed way. And then if we'd like to close our eyes, if that feels comfortable, or we can have our eyes gently looking in front of us, but without focusing. Whatever we find helpful. And then just getting a sense of our bodies here. Feeling this body surrounded by the space in the room. And feeling the contact of gravity holding us down to the earth. So placing the body in a posture that is helpful for us, for our practice. We've all got a different way of being. There's no right or wrong way of sitting or lying or standing. And connecting to our intention for the practice. So our intention is always to be as mindful as we can, but with kindness and gentleness. And tonight, I invite you to perhaps form an intention, if it seems right for you, to say yes to your experience, whatever it might be, whatever shows up for you, welcoming it with gentleness, and just saying gently in your mind yes to whatever arises. And then connecting with our motivation for practicing mindfulness. Why is it important to us? Just allowing a sense of why it's important to us to perhaps come to felt sense of it in our bodies. Maybe we might notice thoughts, images, when we ask ourselves that question, why is it important to us? So landing here in our bodies with the intention to be gentle and to say yes. And becoming aware of our breathing. Gently deepening the in-breath and lengthening the out-breath. So we're feeling the sensations of the breath in the body. And we're regulating the breath by deepening it on the in-breath and lengthening it on the out-breath. And we can add counting, 3 or 4 on the in-breath, and the same on the out-breath. Or we could use a phrase, I'm breathing in, I'm aware I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out, I'm aware I'm breathing out. There are a few people who find being with the breath quite challenging. And if this is you, I invite you to perhaps place your hands on your belly and just gently feel your hands. Allow your hands to be the focus of your awareness. So you're aware of the breath as an external sensation as it moves your hands. So being with our breathing, gently, tenderly. And we're also aware of thoughts coming and going. And we just leave them where they are. We allow our focus to be on the sensation of the breath. Counting or phrases. Feeling the flow of the in-breath, feeling the flow of the out-breath. Allowing ourselves to be comforted by the movement of our breath. Noticing how the body expands as we breathe in. And contracts as we breathe out. Possible to feel the energy in the body on the in-breath. And the quality of relaxation as we breathe out. Becoming more aware of the out-breath. And sensing how it helps us to become more aware of being in our body. Allowing the mind to just drop into the body. Feeling the heaviness of the body. Sensing gravity holding us down. And then allowing the body just to breathe itself. Letting go of counting or phrases. And just being curious about how the body breathes itself. Just noticing the pauses, particularly the ones before the body breathes in. We don't have to do anything. It just does it itself. And noticing how the body is full of the breath. Feeling the breath in the head, in the torso, in the arms and the hands, and the pelvis and the legs, and the feet. Sensing the stillness in the body, stillness and gentle movement. Drumming of life. Just being curious about how much of your body you can be aware of at one time. Can you be aware of the whole of your body? If not, there's nothing wrong. And just being aware of the part of your body that you can be aware of. Just saying yes. Yes to what you can feel and know. Just breathing with the aliveness in this body. Just sensing the skin that's an envelope for our body. Just being aware of how the space around us envelops us. Aware of all the space that this body is resting within. Gently aware, saying yes to our experience, just resting in space. So staying aware of the body, which is the container for our practice. softening any areas of tension or difficulty. Allowing these areas to soften as we gently say yes to whatever is here in our body. As we open up to being aware of just resting here in this body, surrounded by space. Noticing sounds in the room. Any air on our exposed skin. Maybe there are smells. Maybe there's a gentle breeze. Being curious about the temperature in the room. Do we feel cool or hot or somewhere in between? Just resting here in our body, supported by the earth. Aware of our mind like the sky. So surrendering to this moment and this one, to the unfolding of life in us and around us. Reminding ourselves that there is nothing to do, nothing to get right or wrong, nothing to fix. Saying yes to our whole experience. So we can gently use the breath as a support for our practice, an anchor to keep us here, and then to gently come back to every time we notice that the mind has wandered. We just notice where it's gone, and then just gently bring it back to resting gently with the breath. So we're not holding onto the breath too tightly. We're allowing ourselves to be open to everything else that's happening, sensations in the body, sounds, emotions. Think thoughts come and go freely. allowing them to be just like clouds in the sky. Recognizing if anything crops up for us that feels unpleasant. And seeing if we can just welcome it without judgment. Just smiling at it and saying, yes, welcome. Yes to sound. Yes to distraction. Yes to sensations, to tension, unpleasant feelings, pleasant feelings, neutral experience. Welcoming and saying yes to it all. Noticing where the mind goes when it gets caught up in stories. We find ourselves in a video of our own making. Just smile and come back to gently being aware of the breath and opening up to the whole of our experience again, resting in the body. Noticing how we feel. And dedicating our practice and any benefits to all the people that are mentioned in the chat and to all beings.